Welcome to the presentation of our TCU. The TCU, the TÜNKERS control unit, as already mentioned in the introductory presentation by the TÜNKERS gentleman, is intended to allow us to pre-configure and set up our own components here in the factory with our own control system so that you as a customer can use it ready to use, ready to run. The TCU is currently still in a prototype phase. We will launch it approximately in the fall or winter of this year in various versions. We already have one version of the TCU on the market and in use with customers, and that is the TUV8. You may have seen it just now at the booth. It was already there, right? Yes, you just saw it at the booth. The TUV8, which is basically used to control the electric clamps. It's the same control as the TCU, just a bit simpler in terms of configuration and with the corresponding connections at the top for the clamps. And just like with the clamps, we want to be able to control other assemblies within the TÜNKERS group with the TCU as well. With our, let's say, small virtual PLC, this includes the turntables from the company Expert, the conveyor lines, and in the medium term also the dosing systems which we can control with our TCU. Feel free to come a bit closer so you can take a look in here. So the TCU itself consists of two levels. First, the circuit board on the lower level. There is a processor on the board from the company Tora Text. Tora Text is a manufacturer from Switzerland that provides ready-made processor modules with operating systems like Linux or Windows. Currently, we have a Linux system here, an operating system from Linux running on it. The systems from the company Tora Text are very well developed, a very well developed system used in medical products, automation products, and other robotic products, and are also very, very reliable. The software support from the company Tora Text is also very good, so that we have really made very good progress in the last 1 or 2 years. We have been working together on this. So basically the lower level, let's call it something similar to a Raspberry Pi on an industrial level. At the upper level, there is a board with freely individually configurable inputs and outputs, currently shown here with 16 outputs, 16 inputs, 2 analog current inputs, 2 analog voltage inputs, outputs, and so on. But this is just an example that we have set up on the board here. One could configure it entirely differently. At the same time, the box naturally also has various bus systems, such as a professional bus, a CAN bus. It could also be an interbus or whatever bus systems are integrated in. The software package of the PLC, that is the PLC CodeSys. CodeSys is essentially a programming language like other PLC functionalities as well. Here it is presented as a virtual PLC, so you have your usual PLC environment and can work as usual with blocks, with input and output blocks at the code size level. You can integrate TCU via a Profinet. As a Profinet participant, you can graphically display the TCU using a web browser feature, or you can easily install a small touch panel here to represent various functionalities. As you can see here, various bus systems as well. However, you can integrate it here as a touch panel at the front, so completely freely, individually adaptable to the specific automation task you need for your system. Right, and with this we would like to offer you a system, as already mentioned at the beginning, that you can get completely pre-configured as a customer with one of the TÜNKERS products, and of course also at a relatively low cost level, where you then do not need an elaborate control cabinet such as a Siemens PLC additionally